Story of Ruslan and Princess Ludmila. The story begins at the wedding of the warrior Ruslan with Princess Ludmila, daughter of Prince Vladimir. At the wedding were also present three of Ruslan and number 39's love rivals, the warrior Rogday, the braggart Farlif, and a young patriarch Ratmir. Who would have thought that right when the wedding was taking place, a terrible storm arose, darkness covered the whole room. By the time the storm passed, Princess Ludmila was missing. Angry, Vladimir announced a postponement of the wedding, and whoever saved Ludmila would marry her. All four boys jumped on their horses and started their journey. Ruslan rode through the night but did not see even a single trace. But then he received help from a mysterious old man. He told him that the kidnapper was a magician named Chernomor and showed him the way to his castle. But he also told him a story, that when he was young, he was a brave warrior who fell in love with a beauty named Naina, but she rejected him. He went to study magic to win her affection, only to realize she was an evil old witch. He left her, and made her hate him to the core. The old man warns Ruslan that since he helped him, she will likely destroy him. Speaking of Ludmila, she woke up in a magnificent and luxurious castle, with nothing missing. Not long after, her kidnapper appeared. The magician was actually a dwarf with an oversized long beard who was carried in by 10 servants. He used sweet words to persuade her to stay with him, but Ludmila chased him out of the circle. Chernomor hurriedly left, and forgot his hat without realizing it. Speaking of Rogday, he thinks that if he can and number 39's find Ludmila, he will have to take revenge on Ruslan first. He disguised himself but mistakenly assassinated Farlif. He then continued to chase Ruslan to kill him, but was defeated by him. Meanwhile, Chernomor and #39's castle is visited by a giant the witch Naina transformed into, comes to warn Chernomor about Ruslan, and proposes an alliance so that Chernomor can have Ludmila and she can have Ludmila. Revenge. After meeting and allying with the dragon witch Naina, Chernomor returned to look for Ludmila, but she had disappeared. Only then did he remember that he had lost the magic hat that could make the wearer invisible. Ludmila discovered its use and escaped from the room. He was angry and sent people to search everywhere, but could not find the princess. Again, Ruslan followed the old hermit and number 39's words and rode his horse like flying, across a battlefield full of weapons and armor. He found himself a set of armor but could not find a sword that fit his hand. Continuing his journey, Ruslan saw a hill emitting a strange sound. He got closer and realized it was a giant human head. He opened his mouth to shout at him, and Ruslan stuck a spear into his mouth, then he pushed it and rolled it to the side. Below the head is an incomparably precious sword. When Ruslan was about to use the sword to skewer the other head, he cried and begged for forgiveness and told the story. He was originally a warrior, Chernomor and #39's younger brother. The older brother was a dwarf and the younger brother was a citizen. Giant. I Don and number 39's understand what my parents and number 39's genes are like. Chernomor told him that the precious sword had magic that could kill both of them, so the two brothers went together to find and bury that sword. But he was betrayed by Chernomor and was tricked by him into using the sword to behead him, and burying the sword under the giant and number 39's head. But he did not die, and kept a grudge against his brother. He later revealed to Ruslan that Chernomor and #39's magical power would be lost if he lost his long beard. Speaking of Ludmila hiding in the garden, suddenly she heard Ruslan and number 39's call. Overjoyed, she took off her hat and ran, but immediately fell into the witch and number 39's trap. Just as he was about to capture her, a war horn sounded from somewhere. Ruslan has arrived. The wizard had to fly out to fight, and the princess was able to put the invisibility helmet on her head. Chernomor faced Ruslan, the two sides rushed into battle. They struck, and Chernomor flew up, but Ruslan grabbed his beard and beat him until the wizard begged for mercy and took Ruslan to Ludmila. Ruslan searched all over the palace and in the royal garden, screaming and calling for Ludmila, but still could N and #39 find her. With his last efforts, Ruslan swung the sword, and unfortunately the sword hit Ludmila and number 39's head. The invisibility cap fell off and Ludmila reappeared. However, Ludmila fell into a sleep that could not be awakened. He heard Finn and number 39's voice in the distance telling him to take Ludmila back to Kiev and she would wake up. Ruslan set out, carrying his bride and taking Chernomor with him. Ruslan went to rest at a stream and met a fisherman, who turned out to be Khan Ratmir. He explains that he has met his true love and no longer desires Ludmila. They become friends. Naina appears to Farlif and tells him that his hour has come. Spotting Ruslan, Naina stabs Ruslan while he sleeps. When Farlif took Ludmila with him, Ruslan lay unconscious and almost waited for death. Chernomor woke up and was happy to see Ruslan lying dead. Farlif returned Ludmila to Vladimir, and thought he would be happy with her, but when he saw that she was in a deep sleep that could not be awakened, Farlif felt regretful. To make matters even worse, the city of Kiev was surrounded by enemies. Finn finds Ruslan and revives him with magic water. Finn gives Ruslan a ring that can break Ludmila and number 39's magic, but tells him that he must first save the city from the attackers. Ruslan returns to Kiev, still followed by Chernomor, and leads the city and number 39's warriors to victory. Ruslan touches Ludmila and number 39's face with the ring and she wakes up. Vladimir blessed the couple. Ruslan also forgives Farlif. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.